Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another reading of the Bible. We are in the book of Daniel from Newport Beach here. And we're going to read Daniel 8. So I read Daniel 5. And Daniel 5, let's do a review here. I put down my phone. Daniel 5 is, and if it looks a little weird on the video, I apologize. Daniel 5, the review is the end of Belshazzar. Daniel 6 is during the days of Darius. So Daniel 6 is much later. I wish that either Daniel himself wrote this in reverse order, out of order, or the translators put it out of order. I would say the translators did put it out of order, unknowingly put it out of order. So Daniel 6 is during the Darius time. So we're going to read Daniel 6 later. I read 7, and now I'm going to read 8. In Daniel 8, here it is. Daniel chapter 8. In the 3rd year of the reign of Belshazzar, King Belshazzar, who is the grandson of Nebuchadnezzar II, a vision appeared unto me, Daniel, even unto me, Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first. Daniel had a vision of the horn in Daniel, the little horn in Daniel 7, and the judgment in Daniel 8. Here's the vision here. It came to pass, verse 2, when I saw that I was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam, and I saw a vision. I was by the river Ulai, or Ulai, or Ulai. Then I lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high. Well, one was higher than the other, and the higher one came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward, southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will and became great. As I was considering, behold, a he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. He came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen before, standing by the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. I saw him come closer unto the ram, the he-goat, and he was moved with the choler against him. Choler, the choler, which is another word for rage, against him, and he smote the ram and brake his 2 horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him. But he cast him down to the ground and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of the goat's hand. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and for it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven. Out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great, toward the south, toward the east, and toward the pleasant land. It waxed great even to the hosts of heaven, and it cast down some of the hosts of the stars to the ground and stamped upon them. Yea, he magnified himself, even to the prince of the hosts, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. A host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression, and it cast down their truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered. Then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto the first certain saint, which spake, How long shall the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden on underfoot? He said unto me, unto 2,300 days. The word days, let's see if the word days, that's verse 14 days, evenings, mornings, days, shall be 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. Came to pass, when even I, Daniel, had seen the vision, and sought for the meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. I heard a man's voice between the banks of the Ulai, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand. Oops, hey. Go back. Make this man to understand the vision. Verse 17, so Gabriel, the angel, came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and fell upon my face. But Gabriel said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time the end shall be the vision. For at the time of the end shall be the vision. Excuse me. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep, on my face toward the ground. But he touched me and set me upright. He said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last day of the indignation, for at the time appointed the end shall be. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia, that's Darius and Cyrus. The rough goat is a king of Grecia or Greece, that's thou Alexander the Great of Macedon. The rough goat is rough goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas four stood up, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of that nation, out of the nation of Greece, but not in his power. In the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding, dark sentences, dark words, dark speech, shall stand up. His power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. For shall also stand up against the princes, but he shall be broken without hand. The vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true, wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. I, Daniel, fainted, and it was 6 certain days. Afterwards I rose up and did the king's business, and I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it. So, we get Media and the Persian, Darius and Cyrus, the king. Then we got Greece in verse 21. Then the 4 kingdoms out of Greece, out of Alexander the Great. Then a king of fierce countenance and understanding, dark sentences. Let's get that. Verse 23. Dark sentences is riddles. Riddles. Dark sentences, dark. I wouldn't say dark magic, but it's dark. Dark speech, but it says riddles here in the footnotes. I believe, and maybe just about everyone else believes, that this king that comes with dark sentences is the Antichrist of the tribulation. So that's your reading of Daniel chapter 8, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.